Lions are not spontaneous hunters. They are masters of calculation, only acting when the advantage is clear. Every situation, from competing for prey to controlling territory, has its own strategy. They may ignore easy prey, but they do not ignore potential threats. In nature, it's not always the stronger one who survives, but the one who understands the risks involved. And for lions, each strike is a chapter in the harsh book of survival. Zebras are herbivores with strong bodies, a high ability to detect danger, and powerful defensive reflexes. When attacked, they can deliver kicks powerful enough to inflict serious injury. Therefore, lions aren't always willing to take risks. Only when prey is vulnerable, such as a zebra separated from its herd or stopped in an open field, do lions act. In this situation, a zebra was busy drinking water, unaware of the danger approaching from behind. The lioness chose the right moment, moved silently, and lunged at maximum speed. The zebra reacted instinctively, kicking backward, but the lioness dodged in time and immediately closed in. The attack ended quickly. There was no prolonged chase, no chance for a second attempt. The lioness succeeded, not because she was faster, but because she knew when to strike. This is not a hunt driven by instinct, but rather behavior regulated by experience and the right timing. Hyenas live in packs, have a clear hierarchy, and are highly adaptable. They not only utilize carcasses, but also actively hunt when the opportunity arises. Therefore, in the wild, they become direct competitors with lions not due to conflict, but due to resource limitations. A hyena carcass remains in an open field. The hyena pack approaches cautiously. The male lion is still there, not leaving. It makes no sound, shows no threatening behavior. But when a young individual gets too close, the lion reacts immediately. A quick, precise strike, ending the animal on the spot. The lion does not consume the carcass. It then leaves. This action does not provide immediate benefit, but helps reduce competitive pressure for the next few years. Early elimination means a reduction in the number of future competitors. This is not a spontaneous reaction. This is strategic behavior at the population level. One way to maintain balance in a highly constrained ecosystem is for lions not to act for the present. They act for the long-term stability of the entire pride. Crocodiles are apex predators in aquatic environments. Their powerful bite, quick reflexes, and thick skin make them difficult to subdue while underwater. But once on land, especially when young or stranded, they are no longer as defensive. A young crocodile crawls away from the water's edge, slowly making its way through open land. Without the water's embrace, it no longer has its most important layer of protection. In that moment, it becomes an easy target. A male lion detects movement on land. No roar, no fanfare. But when the crocodile penetrates deeper into the core of its territory, the lion reacts instantly. A precise pounce. The crocodile is knocked down. No water to dive into. No time to evade. The lion doesn't eat the animal. It leaves after determining the situation is under control. The behavior isn't aimed at gaining energy. The goal was to maintain order and eliminate the minor threat from the outset. This wasn't a hunt. This was about controlling the living space. And in this encounter, the crocodile was at a disadvantage. Buffaloes are one of the most difficult herbivores to subdue. Their nearly 1,500-pound bodies, sharp horns, and high level of organization allow them to resist fiercely. When attacked, the entire herd can turn to their rescue, a rare behavior for herbivores. A young male buffalo lagged behind. The lions began to watch. They weren't in a hurry. They made no noise. When they saw the buffalo was sufficiently separated from the herd, they deployed their formation. 3 lions approached from different directions. No chasing, no cornering. They locked onto each other's head, hips, and hind legs, applying pressure from multiple sides. The buffalo fought back, but couldn't turn the tide. By the time the first members of the herd returned, the battle was over. This time, the lions won. But it was a fragile victory. If the rescue had arrived sooner, the outcome could have been reversed. Buffalo hunting is not a common occurrence. Each attempt is a gamble, and lions only participate when the probability of success is high enough. Warthogs may look clumsy, but they are incredibly agile when sprinting. Their curved tusks provide effective defense, especially when cornered. However, their short stature and limited vision make them easy targets for predators. An adult warthog is digging roots in the dry ground. It doesn't see a lioness lying motionless in the nearby bushes. By the time it looks up, it's too late. The lioness lunges. Unable to react, the warthog turns and runs, but is pulled down after only a few steps. The precise pounce leaves the prey with no time to react. There's no long chase, no second chance. This is one of those lightning-fast hunting situations where the lion doesn't need strategy or coordination, just timing. The warthog fails not because it's slow, but because of a momentary lapse in judgment. In a natural environment, that is an irreparable mistake. In the late afternoon light, a pack of African wild dogs appeared in close formation, charging across the savanna as a single entity. Each individual weighed between 40 and 70 pounds, reaching speeds of approximately 44 miles per hour. And thanks to their pack coordination, their hunting success rate nearly reached 80%. This cohesion was their greatest strength, but it also forced the pack to be cautious when facing predators significantly larger than themselves. On the edge of their territory, a male lion weighing over 400 pounds silently observed the pack of young dogs that had strayed into their area. In the wild, lions and wild dogs constantly compete for food, making encounters between the two species frequent. For lions, attacking is not just about hunting, but also about eliminating rivals and maintaining control. The distance quickly narrowed. The pack of dogs circled around, noisy but hesitant to approach. When the noise subsided, the lion suddenly lunged, delivering a short, precise blow that locked onto the weakest individual. Instinctively, the rest retreated to preserve their numbers. From a distance, 2 other lions appeared, forcing the initial attacker to back down and leave to avoid internal conflict. On the calm savanna, the lion stood motionless for a long time before disappearing, not to eat, but to assert its boundaries, where every encounter was decided by instinct and survival. Giraffes, nearly 18 feet tall and weighing over 2,500 pounds, are the largest herbivores on the African savanna. Their movements are slow, but their hind legs are strong enough to inflict serious injury if cornered. For lions, they are not easy prey. But if successful, a single adult giraffe can provide enough food for the entire pride for days. This means fewer subsequent hunts and reduced risk for the group. The attack begins slowly, not a single blow. Rather, a prolonged test of endurance. The pride of lions takes turns applying pressure, not all at once, not relentless. They patiently pursue, forcing the giraffe to constantly move, gradually wearing it down. When its massive legs begin to slow, the opportunity arises. The giraffe falls, and when that happens, the chances of survival are almost zero. The lions won, but not by speed or strength. Rather, it was through calculation, coordination, and perseverance. This wasn't an ordinary hunt. It was a test of the pack's superiority. Wildebeest move in large herds. Groups number in the hundreds, sometimes thousands. In those chaotic migrations, no one pays attention to individual animals. But lions are different. They don't attack indiscriminately. They choose and wait. Lions don't need to be skilled hunters. They just need patience. A young animal strays from the herd. An individual slows down as it crosses an open field. That's an opportunity, and that opportunity only comes once. There's no dramatic chase, no complex coordination. A lioness hides in the low grass. She stands up, crosses, and blocks the prey's path. The pounce is precise. The prey tries to get up, but it's too late. The entire pride doesn't turn around. There's no resistance, just one misplaced shot, one moment of distraction. And the end is decided in less than 10 seconds. Probability hunting is the lion's most energy-efficient model. Success isn't always guaranteed, but each time it succeeds, the price paid is very low. This time, the lion succeeded, because it was patient enough to wait for the mistake instead of creating it. Lions don't win because they're faster, stronger, or more reckless. They survive because they understand the boundary between action and waiting, between hunger and mistake. Every attack comes with a price, and they know how to pay it at the right time and in the right amount. Not every pounce is successful, but every retreat is a survival. In nature, instinct guides, but it is patience and selection that determine who remains in the end. In the wild, every encounter carries a life or death question. There is no negotiation, no second chances, only decisive action. Wild dogs don't wait for opportunities. They create them through discipline and relentless pressure. And when the encirclement closes, the hunted must choose between fleeing or collapsing. Wild dogs don't attack with hesitation. The moment action begins, the encirclement tightens instantly. There's no room for hesitation, no clear escape route. This isn't a spontaneous reflex, but a strategy honed over thousands of years of survival. They live in packs with rare cohesion. A pack typically consists of 6 to over 20 individuals, moving as a unified whole. Sound, gaze, and position are always maintained in orderly silence. No individual exists outside the pack's overall structure. Each individual plays an irreplaceable role. One maintains pressure from behind, another silently blocks the escape route from the front. The coordination happens naturally, without commands, without hesitation. Wild dogs aren't impressive in size, but their bodies are born for endurance. They can run dozens of miles in temperatures exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Their large ears constantly dissipate heat, and their long legs maintain a constant rhythm of movement. Pack discipline transforms wild dogs into a highly efficient hunting system. Overwhelming strength isn't necessary. Individual superiority isn't required. The strength of wild dogs lies in their organization. And in nature, organization is the most enduring form of power. Baboons live in large troops with complex social structures. Each individual has a distinct place within the overall order. Adults weigh around 90 pounds, possess long fangs, and have an aggressive temperament. When they sense danger, trees quickly become their natural fortress. The wild dogs don't rush to approach. They maintain distance, spreading out around the area. There is no direct confrontation. The goal is to observe and wait. When a young individual slows down, leaving the baboon's protective circle, the order immediately changes. The wild dogs act quickly and precisely, ending the confrontation in a short time. The result is clear. The wild dogs gain the advantage not through immediate strength, but through patience and the ability to choose the right moment. In nature, that is the decisive factor in winning or losing. In the vast open savanna, a herd of buffaloes marches in tight formation. Each step is a combination of defense and observation. An adult can weigh up to 1,500 pounds, stand nearly 6 feet tall at the shoulder, and possess sharp horns that can become a powerful counterattack weapon. The wild dogs don't attack immediately. They follow closely from a distance, watching every movement. When the entire herd begins to move faster, the sound of their footsteps echoes on the ground. A young buffalo that can't keep up with the herd is the moment the dogs have been waiting for. They quickly surround them, closing in without revealing any weaknesses. There's no chaos, no rush, just individual animals holding their positions, gradually closing the distance. The parent buffaloes spot them and turn to counterattack to protect their offspring. The confrontation was tense, but the pack of dogs remained intact and undisturbed. Their numerical advantage and coordination created overwhelming pressure. Under this pressure, the buffalo herd was forced to retreat. The young buffalo were left behind. This victory belonged to the wild dogs, not only because of their patience, but also because their pack spirit was maintained until the very end. The confrontation took place on the edge of a sparse forest, where trees were scattered and visibility was limited. Leopards are solitary predators, scattered from dense forests to rocky mountain edges and low-lying areas. An adult weighs between 120 and 200 pounds, has quick reflexes, and is capable of accurate strikes at close range. In confined spaces with many obstacles, they often gain an advantage through silent movement and unexpected maneuvers. This time, the situation unfolded in the opposite direction. A leopard left its cover and was immediately spotted by a pack of wild dogs. They didn't attack immediately, but dispersed, maintaining a steady distance and gradually closing in. No individual dog got close, but the pressure from multiple directions prevented the leopard from controlling the space. Its quick reflexes and agility were no longer fully utilized when constantly having to maneuver. The leopard gradually lost the initiative, being pushed into a defensive position. Although there was no direct attack, its ability to resist was clearly diminished. Finally, the leopard was forced to retreat, climbing a tree to avoid being completely subdued. The pack of wild dogs did not pursue further, maintaining their formation at the base of the tree, completely controlling the space below. Crocodiles are the silent rulers of the swamps. Adult crocodiles weigh around 1,200 pounds, with a bite force that can reach 3,700 psi. In the water, all the advantages are theirs. That strength lies in patience and the ability to wait for mistakes. The pack of wild dogs enters the swamp to drink and hunt. They move slowly, maintaining a loose formation. This space is fraught with risk. A single misstep could drag prey into an underwater ambush. The crocodiles remain motionless. The wild dogs keep their distance. The tension lingers in silence. There is no recklessness, only observation and controlled movement. When the crocodiles are forced out of the shallow water, the balance immediately shifts. On dry land, their heavy bodies become a disadvantage. The pack of wild dogs uses their speed and numbers, constantly applying pressure to force their opponent to retreat. The encounter ended quickly. The swamp returned to its quiet. The outcome was clear. The crocodile retreated to its territory. The wild dog maintained a safe distance. In nature, no predator is invincible. True strength only exists when it is applied in the right place, at the right time. Male lions establish their dominance through presence. Adult lions weigh approximately 500 pounds, possessing massive bodies and superior physical strength. For wild dogs, each weighing only about 60 pounds, this is an unmatchable opponent in terms of numbers or pack tactics. This disparity creates a clear boundary. Lions don't hunt wild dogs for food. Their approaches are usually aimed at asserting and defending territory. The lion's prolonged presence forces wild dogs to constantly adjust their living areas, especially during the calving period, when risks are heightened. A roar echoes from afar. It's not a challenge, but a death warning. The pack of wild dogs stops immediately. No advance, no probing. They observe the ground to read the footprints, listen to the wind direction and the source of the roar. Individuals silently shift positions. The entire pack proactively changes its route. The confrontation ends in silence. No clashes. The lions maintain control of their territory. The wild dogs retreat safely. In the natural world, avoiding conflict at the right time is also a form of victory. Survival sometimes lies not in confrontation, but in the ability to recognize limits and leave before the risks become irreversible. Impalas are herbivorous animals that live in packs on the savanna. An adult weighs about 150 pounds. They move close together, constantly observing their surroundings to detect danger early. In open spaces, vigilance and order help the pack maintain stability. The appearance of wild dogs does not immediately cause the impala pack to panic. They maintain their formation, finding a safe route. The pack approaches in an organized manner, each individual maintaining a clear position. There is no sudden acceleration. Over time, the impala's movement rhythm changes. Their breathing becomes heavier. Their running steps lose precision. The safe distance begins to narrow. The pack maintains its formation, controlling the surrounding space. When impalas are cornered in shallow water, their options become limited. The terrain reduces their ability to accelerate and change direction. The pack of wild dogs tightened their grip on the prey's movement and forced it to stop. The result was clear. In nature, victory or defeat is often determined by the ability to maintain rhythm and control the situation, not just by speed of movement. Wild dogs are not the strongest enemies in the food chain, but they know how to choose the right time, the right target, and the right approach. Whether it's a crocodile, a lion, or a buffalo, any opponent can be repelled. Victory in the wild is not a matter of chance. It is the result of cold-blooded tactics,